Adaobi's life was full of grace and strength. But there was one thing that made her different. She was completely bad. In a world where people often judge by looks, Adaobi felt the pain of rejection and loneliness. But she didn't let her badness control her life. This is a story of courage, accepting yourself, and the true beauty that goes deeper than what we see. Join us as we follow Adaobi's journey, a journey that will touch your heart and show you that true beauty has no limit. In a small village deep in the heart of Nigeria, there lived a young girl named Adaobi. She was known all around the village for her fine beauty and sharp sense. But there was something different about Adaobi. She was bad. From the day she was born, Adaobi had never known what it felt like to have hair on her head. One sunny afternoon, while sitting on a log, Adaobi was deep in thought when a new girl, Chioma, walked up to her. Chioma had just moved to the village, and a warm smile made Adaobi feel at ease. "Adaobi, what's the matter?" Chioma asked, noticing the faraway look in her eyes. "Just thinking," Adaobi replied softly. "About what?" "Your fine beauty," Chioma teased. Adaobi rolled her eyes and smiled a bit. "Beauty? Maybe if I had hair, people would notice." As they were talking, a group of girls passed by, laughing loudly. Adaobi's heart sank as she overheard their whispers. "Look at Adaobi, she's so fine but bad," one of them said, followed by giggles. "Ah, what a pity," another one added. Adaobi's smile faded, and that familiar pain of shame returned. But Chioma stood by her side and said firmly, "Forget them, they don't know what they are missing." As time passed and they entered into secondary school, Adaobi began wearing a colorful wig to hide her badness. Even though she was one of the brightest students, people often overlooked her because of her badness. One day, during a break in the school bathroom, one jealous girl from their class pushed Adaobi, causing her wig to fall off and reveal her bald head. The bathroom filled with laughter as the girl shouted, "See everyone, Adaobi's hair a bad shaking." Adaobi's cheek burned with shame as she quickly grabbed her wig. Her heart was beating fast with embarrassment. Just then, Chioma stepped forward, her face full of anger. "That's enough," she shouted, and the room went silent. Chioma picked up Adaobi's wig and added it to her. "Adaobi, you are fine just the way you are." For the first time in a long while, Adaobi felt a little hope. With Chioma's strong support, Adaobi slowly began to accept herself, badness and all. Years passed, and the two girls finished secondary school. They were admitted to different universities, but they stayed close, talking on the phone and sending messages. Even with her bright smile and good heart, no man in the village wanted to marry her because she didn't have hair. Some would say she's a fine girl, but how can I marry a woman with no hair? Others will mumble something about how they couldn't bring a bad wife to their family. Adaobi heard these whispers and felt the stench of rejection. It seemed that her badness was a barrier she could never overcome. Every day, Adaobi watched as her friends and cousins found love and got married. Their laughter filled the air, but it often made her feel lonely. No matter what she tried, rubbing special oils on her head or wearing fancy scarves, her hair never grew. But Adaobi refused to let her badness bring her down. She kept on living a life with pride, grace and dignity. One day, her parents even tried to arrange a marriage for her. A wealthy man from a neighboring village showed interest, and there was hope that he would overlook her badness. But when he met Adaobi, his smile faded and he quickly found a reason to refuse the match. "I can't marry a woman who doesn't have hair," he said bluntly before walking away, leaving Adaobi feeling deeply hurt. Despite all this, Adaobi refused to lose hope. she continued to live her life with dignity, even though the loneliness sometimes felt overwhelming. One evening, in her university dorm room, Adaobi stood in front of the mirror. Her wig was lying on the table beside her. She hesitated, then put the wig back on, feeling the familiar weight of doubt. When Adaobi started an internship at a big company in Lagos, she was both nervous and determined to do well. On her first day, she walked through the fancy hallways, clutching her files, and made sure her wig stayed in place to cover her badness. As she turned a corner, she accidentally bumped into someone and her papers scattered everywhere. "I'm so sorry," she said quickly, too embarrassed to look up. "It's all right," a kind voice replied. She looked up and saw a tall, handsome man with kind eyes and a warm smile. He bent down to help her with the papers. "I'm Emeka," he said. "Hardly had the last paper." Adaobi's heart skipped a beat. "Adaobi," she warmly replied her name. Emeka's smile grew wider, and for a moment it felt like the world had stopped. He seemed to see past her looks and straight into her heart. Over the next few weeks, Adaobi saw Emeka around the office from time to time. He seemed to visit often, and each time he made sure to greet her. They started talking more whenever they met, and each conversation made Adaobi like him even more. Emeka was warm and caring, and he seemed genuinely interested in knowing her. One afternoon, as Adaobi was leaving the office, she found Emeka waiting in the lobby. "Hey, Adaobi," he greeted her with his usual smile. "Would you like to have coffee with me? No pressure, just a friendly chat," he stated. Adaobi hesitated. She still hadn't told him about her badness, and she was scared of being rejected. But there was something about Emeka that made her want to take the chance. "I'd like that," she finally said, smiling. They talked over coffee about their lives, interests, and dreams. Emeka was easy to talk to, and Adaobi opened up more than she had expected, and so they sealed their love. But as their connection grew, so did her worry about revealing her secret. One day, while they were shopping at a supermarket, something unexpected happened. Another shopper bumped into Adaobi, causing her wig to fly off. She froze, feeling everyone's eyes on her. "Oh," Emeka exclaimed, surprised. The place went quiet with whispers spreading through the crowd. Adaobi's heart pounded as she quickly grabbed her wig, her face burning with shame. Emeka looked shocked but concerned, and they finished shopping without saying a word. As they drove home, the silence was heavy with things left unsaid. Adaobi glanced at Emeka, feeling a deep sadness. "Emeka, I," she started, but he cut her off. "You didn't need to hide it from me," he said softly, keeping his eyes on the road. "Why were you disgusted?" "Why were you disgusted?" Adaobi asked, her voice shaking. "Disgusted? No," Emeka replied gently. "I was upset because you felt the need to hide." They stopped outside her house. Adaobi felt a wave of emotions, wanting to explain herself but not finding the right words. Later that night, as she sat in her room, her phone buzzed. It was Emeka. She hesitated before picking up. "Hello," she answered, her voice unsteady. "Hey, can we talk?" Emeka's voice was kind, and Adaobi's fear started to fade. They met the next day at a cozy cafe. Emeka greeted her with a bright smile. "There you are," he said, his eyes lighting up. "I'm sorry about yesterday," Adaobi began, wanting to apologize. Emeka waved it off. "I was upset not because of your badness, but because you thought you had to hide from me." Surprised, Adaobi looked at him, feeling grateful. "You mean you are not disgusted?" "Disgusted? Never, Emeka said, reaching for her hand. I like you just as you are, weak or no weak. Tears filled Adaobi's eyes, and for the first time, she felt truly seen. Thank you, Emeka, she whispered, her heart filled with warmth. As their relationship grew, Adaobi began to fully embrace her boldness. She felt free, confident, and loved. In time, they got married in a beautiful ceremony, surrounded by friends and family. Chioma was there beaming with pride. You did it, Chioma said, hugging Adaobi tightly. I did, didn't I? Adaobi replied, her heart full. As they celebrated, Adaobi realized that real beauty isn't about hair or looks, but about the love and acceptance we find in ourselves and others. And as she looked into Emeka's eyes, she knew she had found not just love, but a partner who cherished her for who she truly was. With the sun setting and casting a golden glow over the celebration, Adaobi smiled, feeling happy and free. The lesson from this story is that true beauty is not about how you look on the outside, but about the strength, kindness, and honesty inside you. The story shows that it's important to accept yourself and embrace what makes you unique, because real love and acceptance come from people who appreciate who you are on the inside. It also teaches us not to let society's standards decide our worth, but to find confidence and value in being true to ourselves. Till next time, see you, take care. Abandoned by their father, raised by a single mother, and fueled by determination, Chidinma and Chioma's story is one of resilience, love, and triumph. From the dusty streets of an urban city in Nigeria to the heights of success, this is the story of two sisters who proved that rejection is not a failure, but a stepping stone into greatness, who transformed rejection into a loud path for success, and discovered that family is not just about blood ties, and that family is much more than just DNA. It's about embracing each other with love, acceptance, and unwavering support. This is the story of Chidinma and Chioma. In the bustling streets of a rural urban city in Nigeria, Chidinma and Chioma grew up without the presence of their father, Emeka, who had abandoned them when they were young. Emeka had worked out on his family when Chidinma were just young girls, leaving their mother, Adaeze, to bear the weight of raising them alone. Their father, Emeka, left them when they were very young, and their mother, Adaeze, had to work very hard to take care of them. She sold things on the street and did many other jobs to make money. Emeka and Adaeze had met in Lagos and fallen deeply in love. Emeka's life was forever changed when he met Adaeze, a stunning beauty with a captivating smile. Emeka and Adaeze were so fond of each other right from the day they met each other. Their love blossomed and they soon got married, surrounded by friends and family. And soon Adaeze became pregnant with their first child. Emeka was overjoyed, hoping for his son to carry on his name and legacy. "Emeka, I'm pregnant," Adaeze exclaimed, her eyes shining with joy.
Ah, thank God, a son. It must be a son. Daughters are weak and useless. I need a son to carry on my name and my legacy. Emeka replied, beaming with pride. Emeka, what's wrong with having a daughter? Adaeze asked, confusion etched on her face. However, when Adaeze gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, Chidinma, Emeka's excitement quickly turned to disappointment. He couldn't hide his discontent, complaining that a girl wouldn't be able to carry on his family's name or inherit his property. A girl! Oh, Adaeze, why a girl? He lamented, his voice heavy with disappointment. Adaeze tried to reassure him, but Emeka's bitter words cut deep. She felt a bang in her heart, a sense of sadness and rejection, but she didn't say a word. Not long later, Adaeze became pregnant again. Emeka was thrilled, his hopes soared. He was convinced that this time she would give birth to a boy. He boasted to his friends and family saying, "This one will be a boy, mark my words." But fate had other plans. When Adaeze gave birth, it was another beautiful baby girl, Chioma. Emeka's anger and frustration boiled over. It reached new heights. He began to complain bitterly, saying that Adaeze was cursed, that she was only capable of producing weak and useless girls. Adaeze, you are cursed. You are only capable of producing weak, useless girls. He bellowed, his word piercing Adaeze's heart like a dagger. Emeka, how can you say such things? Our daughters are blessings, gifts from God. Adaeze pleaded, tears streaming down her face. Adaeze tried to reason with him, explaining that their daughters were blessings, but Emeka's ears were closed. He became distant, spending more time away from home, seeking solace in the arms of other women. As the years passed, Emeka's behavior only worsened, his love for Adaeze and their daughters dwindling with each passing day. He saw his daughters as a disappointment, a reminder of his failed dreams. Little did he know his actions would far-reaching consequences, shaping the lives of those he once loved. One day, Emeka stood up, holding a suitcase and looking at his family with a mix of guilt and regret. "I'm leaving," he said to Adaeze. "I can't do this anymore." Adaeze, devastated and confused, asked him, "What about your daughters? What about me?" Emeka, frustrated and angrily replied, "You have given me only daughters. What use are they to me? They only bring shame and weakness to our family." Adaeze was devastated, but she knew she had to be strong for her daughters. She replied, "Our daughters are intelligent and capable. They will make us proud in their own way." "No, they will never be enough. I need a son to carry on my name and legacy," replied Emeka. Adaeze desperately pleading with him, "Please don't go. Think of our daughters. They need a father," she said. "I will find a new wife, one who will give me a son. That's the only way to restore my honor and pride." With that, Emeka picked up his bags and left the house, leaving her wife and children in tears. Adaeze summoned courage and said to herself, "I will do anything to give my girls a better life." Emeka had thought he was upgrading when he left his wife Adaeze and their two daughters Chidinma and Chioma for a younger and more vibrant woman named Adaigo. He believed Adaigo would give him a son, a true heir to his legacy, and he was willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. You are the one who will give me a son, a true heir to my legacy, Emeka told Adaigo. I will give you many sons, my husband, replied Adaigo as they laughed together. Ada is a work tirelessly to provide for her daughters, selling everything from fresh produce to second-hand clothes on the streets. Despite the long hours and exhaustion, she never complained, knowing that her daughter's future depended on it. Chidinma and Chioma grew up watching their mother's unwavering dedication, seeing her sell her precious belongings one by one to pay for their school fees. Even though Adaize was always very tired, she always found time to help her daughters with their homework and cook them dinner. She wanted them to have a better life than she did. Adaize was determined to make her daughters excel, selling her properties one by one to pay for their education. Chidinma and Chioma thrived in school, and their mother's sacrifices also fueled their determination to succeed. As they grew older, the sisters began to understand the sacrifices their mother made for them. They saw her come home exhausted, her feet swollen from a day of working, but still finding the energy to cook dinner and help them with their homework. Abandoned by their father, raised by a single mother, and fueled by determination, Chidinma and Chioma's story is one of resilience, love, and triumph. From the dusty streets of an urban city in Nigeria to the heights of success, this is the story of two sisters who proved that rejection is not a failure, but a stepping stone into greatness, who transformed rejection into a loud path for success, and discovered that family is not just about blood ties, and that family is much more than just DNA. It's about embracing each other with love, acceptance, and unwavering support. This is the story of Chidinma and Chioma.
Welcome back to Story Zone TV, a place where stories come alive. Join us for another exciting story as we take you on a journey through moral, inspiration, love, adventure, and much more. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family.
As they grew older, the sisters began to understand the sacrifices their mother made for them. They saw her come home exhausted, her feet swollen from a day of working, but still finding the energy to cook dinner and help them with their homework. They saw her cry herself to sleep at night, worried about how she would pay the next bill, but still finding a way to smile and encourage them in the morning. Despite the struggles, Adaize instilled in her daughters a love for education and a desire to succeed. She encouraged them to dream big, to aim for the stars, and to never settle for less. Chidinma and Chioma absorbed her word like sponges, using them as fuel to drive their ambitions. The girls grew up quickly, taking on responsibilities beyond their years. Chidinma, the older sister, helped with house chores and cared for Chioma, while Chioma helped with cooking and cleaning. They worked together, supporting each other and their mother through the tough times. Chidinma and Chioma also assisted their mother in selling goods at the market, learning the value of hard work and entrepreneurship from a young age. As they entered their teenage years, the sisters began to realize the full extent of their mother's sacrifices. They saw how she had given up her own dreams, her own desire to give them a better life. They saw how she had sold her properties one by one to pay for their education, and they knew they had to make her proud. Chidinma and Chioma struggled to cope with their father's abandonment, but they found solace in each other. They vowed to make him proud, even if he wasn't there to see it. Adaeze encouraged them, instilling in them the belief that they were capable and strong, just like any male. Chidinma and Chioma studied hard, determined to succeed, not just for themselves but for their mother, who had given up so much for them. They knew that their success would be a success and that their failure would be a failure, and so they worked together, supporting each other and their mother every step of the way. The girls are always seen excelling in their school, receiving awards and recognition for their academic achievements. Your daughters are one of the brightest students in our school. They have a great future ahead, one of the teachers told Adaeze. Thank you, sir. I'm proud of them, Adaeze replied, smiling. It was time for their high school exams. Chidinma and Chioma are seen preparing for their high school exam, studying late into the night. We must work hard, sister. We have to make Mama proud, Chidinma said to Chioma. We will, Chidinma. We will, Chioma replied, determination in her voice. As they prepare for their high school exams, the sisters studied late into the night, poring over their textbooks and notes. They quizzed each other, tested each other's knowledge, and encouraged each other to keep going. We can do this, sister. We have worked out too hard to give up now, Chidinma told Chioma. We will pass. Chidinma, we will make Mama proud, Chioma replied encouragingly. Adaeze watched over them. She was proud of the young woman they were becoming. Finally, the day of the exams arrived. Chidinma and Chioma sat for their papers, their hearts racing with anticipation. They answered question after question, their minds sharp and focused. And when the results were announced, they had passed with flying colors. But that was not all. They had also been awarded a scholarship to study abroad. The girls received their exams results, beaming with joy and proud. We did it, sister. We passed, Chidinma shouted with excitement. And we got a scholarship to study abroad, exclaimed Chioma, who could not hide the joy in her. Adaeze wept with joy, hugging her daughters tightly. You've done it, my girls, she whispered. You've made me proud. Chidinma and Chioma beamed with pride, knowing that their hard work had paid off. They had done it for themselves, for their mother and for their family. And as they prepared to leave for their new adventure, they knew that they would always carry the lesson of their past with them. Years passed. Chidinma and Chioma excelled in university, making their mother proud. They proved to themselves and others that they were intelligent and capable, and that they did not need a father to succeed. Chidinma and Chioma studied hard, determined to succeed, not just for themselves, but for their mother, who had given up so much for them. They knew that their success would be a success, and that their failure would be a failure, and so they worked together, supporting each other and their mother every step of the way. Years later, Chidinma became a successful doctor, working in a top hospital and saving countless lives. Chioma became a brilliant lawyer, arguing cases in court and fighting justice. They never forgot their humble beginnings and always stayed close to their mother, supporting her every step of the way. As a token of their gratitude, Chidinma and Chioma decided to repay their mother's hard work and sacrifices. They built a beautiful house for her, with a big backyard and a cozy living room. They bought her a car, so she wouldn't have to walk or take public transportation anymore. They also provided her with all the amenities she needed, from a new TV to a state-of-the-art kitchen. Adaize was overwhelmed with emotion as she saw her daughter's gift. She had never expected such kindness and generosity from her children. She hugged them tightly, tears streaming down her face, proud of the strong, capable women they had become. Chidinma told Chioma, and Chioma smiled, knowing that they had made a difference in their mother's life. They had repaid her hard work and sacrifices, and they will continue to support her every step of the way. And as they all sat down to enjoy a meal together, they knew that their bond would never be broken. In that moment, as they sat down to enjoy a meal together, they knew that their love and support for each other will forever be the foundation of their family's strength. Despite the challenges they had faced, they had emerged victorious, a testament to the power of resilience, love, and the unbreakable bond between mothers and daughters. Meanwhile, Emeka's marriage to Adaigo has failed when one day he caught Adaigo in bed with another man, and his world came crashing down. Though Emeka's dream came true, Adaigo gave birth to 2 male children, but his joy was short-lived when he caught Adaigo in bed with another man. But that was not the only shock he received. He also discovered that the male children Adaigo gave birth to were not his. He was devastated. He felt like his whole life had been a lie. "You have betrayed me. You have shamed me," Emeka enraged. "You were never there for me, Emeka. You only care about having a son," Adaigo said defiantly. The shame and betrayal he felt were overwhelming. He was left alone, regretful and worn out. He remembered his daughters. He realized too late that his daughters were his true legacy, and that he had made a grave mistake by abandoning them. With his tail between his legs, Emeka returned to Adaize and their daughters, looking broken and regretful. He begged for forgiveness, admitting that he had made a grave mistake by abandoning them. Chidinma and Chioma was stern, but Adaize was more forgiving. They told him that he had to earn back their trust, and he humbly agreed. Emeka spent the rest of his life trying to make it up to his family. He apologized to Adaize for abandoning her and their daughters, and he worked hard to regain their trust and respect. It wasn't easy, but he was determined to be a better husband and father this time around. In the end, Emeka learned a valuable lesson that daughters are just as valuable and capable as sons, and that family is not just about blood ties, but about love, support, and acceptance. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy our story. If you do, comment, like, and share it to your loved ones. We hope to see you again. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified as we drop new stories.